Thank you for joining us in an episode of the Operator Signal. Today, I'm joined by John Pantzer. He's founder and CEO of Skywire Design. John, thank you for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about the company.
Happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me, James. Skywire Design is an electrical engineering company that I started in early 2019, and our work is electrical engineering for satellite communications ground segment. So anything electrical, if it's not on orbit and it's SATCOM, that's our space.
Indeed, it is space, literally, I think, as well. So let's get to it. What are you seeing in the operating environment right now? Are you seeing growth or tightening?
It, I think, depends on what industry you're in. SATCOM business is very busy, and that is driven by a lot of things that are historical factors. Launch costs have come down enormously over the last 10 years. And for that reason, a lot of companies are able to get into the SATCOM industry in some way, in ways that they hadn't before. It just takes less money. And another reason it takes less money is because they don't have to do everything. There are companies who run ground stations as a service. So if you want to put a satellite on orbit, you don't have to build a ground station. You can just rent time from an existing ground station service. And that makes it way easier and less expensive as well.
So probably, I'd imagine you're seeing growth opportunities then. The price or costs have come down to execute the business.
Yeah, a lot of the growth is on orbit and things that are going on in the vehicles in space. But of course, the ground segment has to be there to support that. And there is interest in things that we're not actively in right now, but things like data processing right at the edge so that the data doesn't have to be transported as far to be processed and the turnaround time is faster and all that kind of thing.
Now, just for clarity, when you say SATCOM, that's satellite communications.
Satellite communications.
What does that mean? What does all of that entail? Briefly.
It is the communication link between 2 points on Earth via a satellite in orbit. And those points can be moving or they can be fixed. The satellite, of course, is always moving because it's on orbit. And if it's in a low orbit, you can think of it like instead of us on the ground with a phone changing from tower to tower as we drive down the road, if we're staying at one point on Earth, satellites are moving overhead. So it's sort of like the towers are moving and we're the fixed point.
Yeah, perfect. So very, very essential to how our way of life is on the planet.
It is, and it's into everything. I mean, people don't realize how much satellite communications is actually worked into everything now.
Absolutely. So kind of coming back to the to the business internally, where do you see the most pressure inside the business? Is that labor, capital, pricing, technology, the supply chain, or something else?
For us, it's capital. We are in that valley that many probably every business goes through right now, where we've got growth signal, we've got growing acceptance in the marketplace, and we could use more of the right kind of funding to take advantage of all of that. So we're running on very lean, but we do have solid operations. We have revenue, we have sales, we have both services and product that are in the marketplace. And that's, for us, it's capital more than anything. A lot of our like manufacturing is outsourced locally. And so we have the capability of doing a lot more very easily because we can just write orders to our vendors. And we have internal capacity to do the assembly and test that we do here. And we can pick up technicians pretty easily when we need them.
Yeah. And that kind of swings into my next question is, where are you still finding growth opportunities? Is that new markets or acquisitions or talent?
We are really looking for new markets, and they are there. We're, the challenge for a new business, I think, is to find the doorways into, those offices and the right people in those offices. I was wonderfully lucky from the beginning that I had a customer. I had a customer in day one, and that's really why I started the company. And that is a double-edged sword in a way, because if they keep you busy all the time, it's hard as a small operator to also take the time to grow,
Yeah.
other customers. But we've been working to do that along.
Yep. So new markets are on the radar for you, and possibly talent as well, it sounds like, following some.
My dream is to have enough work here that I have to go hire people.
Yeah, for sure. And so that I feel like that segues pretty easily to my next question, which is what are the forces most shaping your decisions over the next year to 2 years?
Well, making the right contacts in the new customers, diversifying from government contracts into the civilian space that we've always intended to be more fully in, or commercial space. And then, of course, once those jobs are, or those projects are on our plate, we will need a small amount of growth of the team to have enough hands to get everything done.
Yeah, for sure.
Add an engineer here, a couple of technicians there, whatever, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And so, what do you think, as far as, are there any other economic forces that are impacting decisions as far as the business and how to grow it strategically?
Well, the capital issue is a constraint. We have to be creative because of that limitation, but that also is training us so that as capital is available, we're more efficient with using it when it is available. So that is certainly, like, we need to do more marketing. I need to be out more in front of customers. We need certain kinds of advertising that we're not able to put out right now to make things, to improve our marketing and so on. But that's, in the meantime, we're doing what we can, and building with the connections that we have at the moment.
Yep. So, okay, last question, and we'll kind of look into the future here some more,
Mhm.
crystal ball, if you will. What do you think comes next for private company operators like yourself here in DFW?
As I think about this question, focus on DFW is a little bit more difficult for me to address because we're looking out at the globe. We're looking at manufacturers all around the world. We're looking at operators. All the satellite communications, by its nature, is a global industry.
So,
So I think that things are going to continue to grow as bandwidth is made available. As we have learned, I've been in the business for more than 30 years now. People have never stopped needing bandwidth.
yeah,
And yeah, with large language models and all the things that are going on with AI and all the things that the entertainment stuff that people want, plus the needs of business everywhere and the ability to run businesses from remote corners of the earth and all those kinds of things, the demand for bandwidth is essentially insatiable at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. I'm thinking so. I think there's a massive amount of growth prospects in particularly in your field.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. John, I thank you for your time and sharing some of your experience with me and kind of your outlooks. For those watching, I hope you find this as useful as I do. And if you'd like to find more episodes of the Operator Signal, you can follow me on YouTube as well as my LinkedIn, John Pantzer, Skywire Design. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.